sold your best player, you came out better off. Oh my God! 70 goals in 48 games. The gap is even bigger.
Just slipped up and let me in.
I slipped up. We're basically neck and neck.
Yeah.
This is the decider now. Didn't think it could be like this, but it's down to the final season. It's Benfica versus Porto time. Dad, you are the manager of Benfica.
Proud manager of Benfica as well.
And I am the
manager. They all wanted me to do Benfica, didn't they?
Of Porto. They did indeed. So we are taking over the two Portuguese giants with, of course, Sporting as our, kind of like our third rival that we've got going on here, managed by the AI. So we're going to see how we do as manager of both these clubs across the 5 seasons, and we'll allow you to determine who, of course, you think has done better. Not to mention, of course, on the Patreon, you'll get access to the save game files on the £5 tier. I'm going to kick things off with my transfer window. I didn't have that much money, to be fair, but I did sell a player to Manchester United in Uribe for £10 million. That allowed me to actually sign a couple of players. So I brought in Gagliardini here from Inter Milan, £1.2 million, a very good centre defence midfielder who kind of is the replacement of Uribe. And I also signed a centre-back because, well, Porto's centre-backs is like Pepe, who's 38 or whatever he is.
He's still awesome,
so
right?
He's still great, but I need to think about the future as well. So I brought in Diakabe as a good centre-back with a little bit of pace, a little bit of good at everything, not necessarily a master of anything, but £9.25 million from Valencia. I think that's a good signing for me.
Good buy,
Good average rating to kick things off at the start of this. My tactic that I'm going to use before we look at Dad, a 3-4-3. I've got a half-back in there. The idea is that he slots straight into there, allowing us to pretty much have 2 full-backs. We're going quite attacking. We've got 3 strikers. That's because we actually have 3 really good strikers in Taremi, Evanilson, and Tony Martinez. I couldn't decide who I wanted to basically drop, so I thought I'd have all 3 because we also have quite a lot of good wingers too in Octavio and Galeno. So that's how I'm going with this. This is very gung-ho.
You got me worried now.
Oh, we'll see.
You got me worried now.
If I pick my best 11, it looks like this, and that's pretty much perfect how I'd quite like it to be, really. We've got a great goalkeeper in Diego Costa.
Got to be the best keeper in the league.
I think so. I think so as well. Octavio on that right-hand side is very good. The mental attributes are incredible. He's already wanted by quite a lot of the big clubs in Europe. Taremi dropping off in that DLF role, I like quite a lot. He's probably the best at doing that because he has that good passing ability and great vision. And he comes deep to get the ball anyway. So I think that's a perfect little role for him with Tony Martinez and Evanilson up front. But that is how we are rocking. Now, I haven't played Dad's Benfica team yet, so I can show you the schedule. It's been quite good, to be fair. We played in the Super Cup and I won 9-1. Oh yeah, we're scoring some goals.
Then
7-1 away in the first league match. Evanilson got himself a hat-trick. All 3 of my strikers scored, in fact, including Pepe. Passos de Ferreira, 3-1 victory against them. Santa Clara was a 1-0 away win at 92nd minute, and this is where it all kind of started going wrong, because then I drew at home to Gil Vicente.
Oh, you just slipped up and let me in?
I slipped up straight away. Yeah.
I'll take any slip up.
My fixtures for the Champions League, well, we can actually have a look at the group, because we're still at the group stage, is Chelsea, Salzburg, and Dinamo Zagreb. Fancy my chances going through the Champions League, absolutely, to the knockout stages. We should definitely do that, but that is how we are rocking and rolling. Let's take a look at what Dad has started off with in his campaign. So, transfer-wise, Dad.
I've got a good squad as it is already.
Yeah, you do. You do have a good side.
When I had a good look at them, I thought not a lot I can change, really. I was looking at more age concerns and weaknesses. Not a lot of weaknesses.
Not at all. You had no players on the outs, but what you did have was you brought in Yassin Adli on loan to begin with, just to bolster your midfield. Yeah. Good midfielder, to be fair.
Good player to start with. Just to loan him.
Yeah, you've also got an option to buy, should you wish to take that on. And you've also brought in a backup striker, you said, for £7 million.
Yeah. I thought really, that's where I was lacking a little bit of just another out-and-out striker.
Yeah.
This was the guy. I looked at it, I thought, yeah. I looked at a few other strikers. I had to bear in mind, really, that how much I could afford.
Yes, yeah.
So, obviously, I am not Real Madrid this time, so I haven't got the hundreds of millions to play with.
Absolutely
so
not.
we had to be a little bit careful this time, didn't we?
Yeah.
And for the money I could afford, he was probably one of the best ones I could get. So
he did look quite good, to be fair.
Good
yeah.
age, 25.
Yeah, absolutely. 6'2", Ukrainian. Financially, just to put it into perspective, Dad's comments there, he had £54 million in the bank. The original budget was only about £7 million. The debts and loans, we both have huge debts, which I didn't realise that we had, to be fair. You've got 400 million there in debt, and you know, Porto isn't any better, to be fair, 376. But the reason why I think people were suggesting you be Benfica is because for the longevity, there's so many good wonder kids at the Benfica side. There's some good ones at Porto, of course, but that's where this fun is going to be. Can we hold on to these players? And that's going to be the tricky situation that we're going to find ourselves. So tactically, Dad, talk us through it. What are you going for here?
I think this was the same formation I played with the Real Madrid tactics I had, don't I? So that's what I thought. Well, I knew it worked there, so I thought I'm going to go with that at the same, really, rather than just trying to change it around. Something I knew. Really.
You changed a couple of player roles, I believe.
Yeah, I did.
And that was basically it. Yeah.
My out-and-out striker, Ramos.
Yeah, Gonzalo Ramos.
He was the one I was definitely going to play with, so ideal there.
Yeah.
The one I bought was going to be my assistant. You know, just backup one. I think the rest of the team, if he went quick pick, I think the rest of the team picked itself. How I was really happy.
Yeah, it was just David Neres that you wanted on that right hand side, wasn't it?
I mean, Rafa's quite good. He's getting on a little bit of age now. How old is he now? 27. So for the 29 season, 29. You know, for the 5 season, I might have to change him, but he was a good player.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Silva at the back. They're definitely my main defender.
18 years old, one of the best centre-backs already.
To beat that already, that's brilliant. I mean, there's a player there for the 10 seasons easy for this team, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, if you manage to keep hold of him.
But his assistant really is the one I'm worried about.
You keep saying assistant, they're not...
Yeah, sorry, is it...
His centre-back partner.
34-year-old
Nicolas Otamendi.
I mean, what a player he is, but, I mean, bravery, 20. Yeah. Anticipation, 18.
Used to play for Porto as well.
Yeah. He's the one I'm worried about because I can't afford to lose him, but it's whether I can get another player that I can replace him as good.
Yeah, that's true.
Where I think I'm going to have the problems.
That's how Dad's team would look, obviously, with David Neres in that right-hand side. Probably then Guedes will fit around elsewhere because he's only on loan, but he's got a good loan player, to be fair, to bring in from Wolves. That's the two teams that we have. Dad's schedule, though, he's had to play some Champions League fixtures, of course, from finishing in second place, but we started off in the first qualifying stage, losing to Monaco 1-0 after a 3rd minute Ben Yedder goal, but then they battered him 5-0 to make sure he went through the next round.
I'm going to say, got to win your own games.
Yeah, on to PSV. You also won the away game in that one, 4-1, nice and comfortably. Gave you a good position to beat them 2-0 at home. But in the league, Dad is winning right now. He has a 4-0 win to kick things off, a 4-1 win against Vizela, Passos to Ferreira 3-0. Of course, I only beat them 1-0. And then Casapia 7-1. And you've got some big goals in there from Gonzalo Ramos, of course, Guedes. They're all getting involved in your Champions League group, though. Ooh, it's a bit of a curse on there because, of course, we know
teams already straight away.
The Bella Gutmann curse of Benfica put a curse on them after they won the Champions League. And then he was sacked. We heard about it in the Benfica rebuild, of course. Dad gave us all the facts about it. They haven't won a European competition since. Don't think you're going to be winning the Champions League in this one because I don't think you're going to get out of the group.
No.
PSG and Liverpool.
I think this is Europa League all over for me, innit?
Yeah, which might actually be in your favour.
Definitely. I think probably I'm good enough to probably win that, but I'm not good enough to win the Champions League at the moment. So
I don't think you get out of the group.
I'll be quite happy as long as I qualify third to stay in the Europa League. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I think that'll be good enough for you.
Then I might be able to break that curse then. It's a European trophy, mate.
Yeah, it is a European trophy. We'll see. Before we have a look at the first season, though, you might notice we got some snazzy new shirts coming on.
Hey, this is
Here we go. Yeah, you're wearing, I think, the Zimbabwe champions there. I've got Hanoi Football Club, and that is thanks to our sponsor today. It's Sangalo. The shirt I'm currently wearing is of Hanoi FC in Vietnam, and they are the record-holding 6-time winners of Vietnam's top division. And today's video sponsor, Sangalo, has made it their mission to increase the global exposure to the big, lesser-known football clubs around the world, like Hanoi FC and like Highlanders FC, which you can see Dad is also wearing today. They are the official jersey sellers of these clubs, and they have a very close relationship with them, meaning you are directly helping out these football clubs around the world should you buy a shirt through Sangalo. Dad is currently wearing, as I said, the Highlanders FC, and they are the 7-time Zimbabwe champions. And Hanoi and Highlanders are just two of the newest clubs that Sangalo have added to their website, alongside another new team in Dynamos FC, 16-time Zimbabwe Premier Soccer League champions. So if you want an incredibly unique football shirt just like this is the website for you, and you will be supporting these clubs in smaller nations through Sangalo as their official jersey sellers. The Sangalo team are excellent partners to be working with. They love Football Manager, they love the rebuilds, they enjoy watching the videos. So buying yourself a new football shirt through my link at the top of the description, which is a tracking link so they'll know you came from me, will help not only support these clubs but Sangalo and myself. So thank you once again for sponsoring today's video. First season, Dad's 1-0 up. Dad is 1-0 up in league form. Right, so we are currently looking at mine, Porto. So we'll go from here. Yeah, it was close. You beat me by 4 points there. You only lost 2 games. One of them beat you 7-2. 7-2.
That's an hammering, isn't it?
Yeah, I had the top scorer of the league as well. You were just behind with Gonçalo Ramos with 27, but I also had Evanilson there, 22. Yeah. I had a better goal difference. I just obviously lost. I lost some silly games. 2 home games there for Malacao and Rio Ave that really should not be losing. And of course, I lost to you 1-0. We dominated, by the way, the player statistics, because we also had the highest average rating and the most assists there. João Mario and Evanilson both with 16. That's quite impressive, really, from the two of them.
I mean, to be honest with you, our teams should.
Yeah, us and Sporting should be up there. Sporting, of course, only finished 2 points behind me. They drew 1 game more than what I did, which is the reason why I finished above them. But it looks like Dad has taken the reins so far. What about the other competitions, though? Remember, there are 2 cup competitions in Portugal. One of them is basically the FA Cup version. One of them, the Allianz Cup, I believe, is more of like a group stage going into like a league format. Well, from the league format into like a knockout stage. That's kind of like considered the League Cup version. So the FA Cup version is probably the more prestigious one. How did I get on? All right. So I won the Super Cup
at the beginning of the season.
Semi-final of the Allianz Cup, which is the League Cup version. I don't want to spoil it just yet, but only the Taça de Portugal, which is the FA Cup, only the 6th round, knocked out by Sporting. Ooh. That's bad. Now, the round of 16, I was knocked out by Barcelona, so I made it to the round of 16. Who didn't make it, though, was Benfica.
We had an idea that was put out.
Yeah.
Liverpool
see Liverpool there. Look, they've gone
PSG.
through. PSG, they beat Milan.
There you go.
And PSG finished 2nd in the group, so Liverpool topped the group. So we'll take a look at how Dad's done after we have a look at my squad. So we've got Tony Martinez scoring 35 goals, Evanilson scoring 33, Taremi getting 26. How have I not won anything?
You got 90 odd goals with 3 players.
And I didn't win a trophy. Mental. My assist, I think, is even more impressive. That is insane amount of assists.
Pepe's the 4th league goal scorer.
Yeah, 9. And then
9.
That's a different Pepe. That's the winger Pepe. Yeah, there's 2 different Pepes in my team. The centre back one, who's now 40, by the way, got 5 goals and 2 assists. Still not bad at all, is it? But yeah, my assists are pretty mental, to be fair. Getting quite a lot of assists there. Okay. On to Dad's team then. How has he done in other competitions? We know, of course, he is the league winner. He has already taken a step forward. He's probably won a cup competition. Oh my God.
I have done the treble as well because I've won the other cup.
You did. The Bela Gutmann curse is over.
Gone.
First season down, Dad has won the Europa League. He beat Manchester United in the final.
Oh, even better.
You were like 4-1 up as well. Yeah, they went 1-1, and then you scored right after, and then got another on the 27th, another on the 40th minute. You were 4-2 up at half-time. You did exceptionally well. Rashford was sent off, which probably played a pivotal part in that.
Hey, that makes it even better being United as well.
You went to the Puskas Arena in Budapest, and you come out as champions. The Allianz Cup, you defeated Estoril in the final there. Can't believe it. You didn't even get further than I did.
No.
I knocked you out. Yes. Fourth round. I know
you hammered me there as well, really, didn't you?
Who won that then? It must have been Sporting. Yeah, 4-0. I mean, they must have got to the final against this team, who I don't actually recognise. That's the second division. So they're in the second division.
And they got to a final.
And they were like, because we were knocked out in the 4th and the 6th round.
Yeah.
But that is absolutely mental. You finished in 3rd place in the group as we predicted. You beat PSG at home. 5-0.
5-0.
Hey, 5-0. How did you do that? You drew away to Copenhagen. That would have sent you through.
If I'd won that game.
If you had won that game, that would have sent you through. You had a better goal difference. PSG had a -5 goal difference and still went through.
I'll take it, mate. I'll take it. I've gone on and won the Europa League.
You lost 3 games, both games against Liverpool, the away game to PSG. You went on and won the Europa League. Should we have a look at how your journey to the Europa League went? So after that, you were in the playoff round. You knocked out Dynamo Kiev. Round of 16, you knocked out Feyenoord. 2-1 on aggregate there. That was a close one, that one. Quarter-final, though, Salzburg was not close at all. 6-1 on aggregate. And the semi-final, Lazio.
That's a hell of a result.
Yeah. Oh, Roma was the other team, so that was a big Italian derby that could have happened in the final there.
Jose Mourinho was there, wasn't he?
Yeah. Imagine that for the final, by the way. That would have been crazy, wouldn't it? But no, instead it was Manchester United versus Benfica, and Benfica won it. I hand it to you, Dad. What a first season.
Brilliant.
You kicked this off.
I can't believe it.
Huge.
What a way to start.
Your squad then, your squad of heroes who broke the Bella Gutmann curse. Gonçalo Ramos, 39 goals.
That's a bit, didn't it?
Yeah. Guedes, only on loan, 30 goals.
What a signing that was.
I mean, you didn't loan him. Don't take any credit for that. He was already at the club.
Yeah,
from Wolves.
Right, we'll take that, yeah.
You didn't loan him, and you also don't have a loan option, so he's gone now. You ain't getting him back, because you ain't going to be able to afford 77 to 114 million pound, probably not.
The
That's
next one,
30 goals and 12
the
assists.
next one is the one I kept in that position.
David Rez, who still had a good season. His average rating was 7.1, 18 assists, 15 goals. Assists by Jean-Marie were 22. Very good.
Yeah.
Rafa were 12 and 12. You still had a great season. I mean, Sheldrup, only as a backup, really, because he only had 7 starts. 10 goals, 4 assists with a very good average rating.
Brilliant.
The future's bright because Sheldrup is obviously a quality player that
19 years good,
Football Manager's going to know all about. But yeah, you've got some unbelievable little talents in this team. And at the minute, you're already a step ahead. Very good. You've got a couple of people sniffing around Gonçalo Ramos already, which I'm not surprised. I probably have exactly the same with my strikers, no doubt. If I have a look at mine, if I go by goals, I mean, yeah, Tony Martinez is wanted, Evanilson's wanted, Taremi isn't. So 2 of mine are wanted, and 1 of yours is too. So that's quite exciting. Now, transfer budget-wise, I'm not expecting much, but I'd like something. Okay, maybe not. 3 million.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear. Benfica, though, you've probably got a little bit more. 22 million. All right.
Well, after seeing yours, I'm really pleased with that.
Yeah, I would be
If
too.
yours had been 22, I'd have been thinking, I'll take that.
Oh, God, this is going to be tough. All right, okay. Second season, then. Let's see who we bring in. So, what we didn't notice, and we only really noticed it when we went and had a look at your actual transfers out, is you lost your left back in January, Dad. 21.5 million to Inter Milan.
I mean, it's nice to get the money, but he was my best left back as well.
Yeah, he's a quality player. And he's only 27.
Yeah.
That's probably the reason why you had a transfer budget this year.
Yeah.
But you also brought in more money because you sold Lucas Verissimo to Al Shabab for a good amount there, £11.75 million, going up to 14. And you also sold your goalkeeper.
I mean, I looked at it and I thought, all right, he's a good goalkeeper for that league, but is he as good as what I want? Because I always try and build my sides on getting a good goalkeeper in. So
I mean, there was talks. People have already been saying, I bet he signs Kepa.
I did look at him.
And we looked at him. Yeah, we looked at him.
So I've decided to go get rid of him and try and get a better goalkeeper in, should I say.
And you brought in Hedl, Nicholas Hedl, the Austrian goalkeeper here.
Good young goalkeeper.
£9 million. Yeah,
that's
not
what I
bad
went for as
goalkeeper
well.
at all. I think he turns out to be quite good on this game. So
I mean, you might argue with me whether he's better than the one I've just got rid of, but for what I could afford, he was probably the best keeper I could afford.
Yeah.
Kepa was just out of my reach.
Outside of that, though, you did make some really good signings, to be fair. I'll hand it to you. One of them was a signing that he told me, I have to sign this guy because on my game, because Dad's been practicing, he's got the iPad version now, FM Touch, so he can be really into it. He brought Shatalo, and he's been loving him, and he said to me, Luke, I've got to sign Shatalo. Let's do it.
Well, this is what you do, isn't it? You play the game, so you know all the good players. I've started playing it, and this player done well for me in my own game, so I went ahead and got him.
And I was very impressed, to be fair. 23 years old, 6'3", for only £15 million. He comes in probably as a very good defender for you.
Yeah.
For when Otamendi wants to leave, when he retires, when he's not good enough.
On the game, obviously, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to find a replacement for him. And lucky enough, I come across this player.
Good ball playing centre back, and you got him for a good price too. You also obviously replaced your left back when we realised in August that you didn't have a left back, and we wondered where the hell Alex Grimaldo went. You bought Ajax's left back, Wijndal.
I was pleased with this signing.
He's good.
Admit. Yeah, very pleased with this signing.
I was actually quite shocked that he'd want to come to the Portuguese league.
Yeah.
Being that usually you see him in some of the bigger sides in Europe.
I mean, you look at him, another young player as well. So
yeah, absolutely. 5 assists last year.
Building for Arming
for the patrons.
For the patrons,
yeah, he's thinking about you Patreon members. You want to take over these sides on the £5 tier. Right. So if we take a look at your tactic, then you're sticking exactly how you were, but you have not selected anybody, and that's probably because David Neres is now going to be the selected option on that right-hand side. He is, and you're quite happy with how this is laid out.
Definitely,
You managed to keep hold of the big man.
I can't afford to sell him, can I?
No.
It's my best player, so...
Can't afford to let him go.
No.
That might be at somebody else's expense. We'll find out, because let's take a look at your schedule first. You started off in the Super Cup against Sporting, and you lost it. Yeah.
Gutted.
Was not a good match for you either, really, because they were 3-1 up as well. But in the league, you're doing all right. And then he plays Champions League winners Barcelona and beats them as well.
Hey, get in.
In the league form, Dad, you scored
Barcelona?
16 goals. You haven't conceded a goal. You've won 3-0, 5-0, and then 8-0. It's been a great start in the league for you. In the Champions League, the last time we're going to see this format, you've got an easier group than last time. Manchester City, Leipzig, Fenerbahce.
I'll be disappointed if I don't go through.
I think I would be too if I were you.
So
Leipzig are going to be tricky.
It's going to be, it's going to be
you
tricky,
and Leipzig,
but if I can get through, it's going to see just about where I do stand in the European Champions Leagues, really.
Yeah, you also had a little bit of money left over, but you were happy with your side. You had £11 million left over. You can see we're rejecting a few bids here. We had a terrible bid come in from Bayern Munich there for Gonzalo Ramos on deadline day, by the way, up to 58, but only 18 million up front. He was never going to say yes to that.
He's my best player. I can't afford to sell him.
No, absolutely not. So we take a look at my team then. What have I been doing? Because obviously I had no money. So you might think Luke probably hasn't spent anything. You'd be wrong, and that's because I sold a lot of players. I sold Taremi to PSG for £16 million, thinking, well, at least it gives me some money. And I thought, all right, okay, I can let him go.
Look at the greens on that.
I know. Mentally, he is fantastic. But he is 31, and it was probably time to let him go. And then, unfortunately, Man City came in and got Evanilson as well. And then I was, oh, no, I don't know what I'm going to end up doing.
You lost both your strikers.
I lost both of my strikers. I only have one left now in Tony Martinez, which thankfully I did manage to keep hold of. And I also sold Claudio Ramos. So who have I brought in? Well, I had to be a little bit shrewd in the transfer market. So I brought in first Axel Tuanzebe as a centre-back option, because I don't really have that many good centre-backs. I've also brought in a backup striker in Jose Juan Macias, the Mexican striker. He looks quite good, but maybe not as amazing as some might think. But I went big, and the best striker I could find was Beto from Udinese. Really good striker, fantastic attributes. I hope this is going to be the goal scorer that Evanilson has obviously exited. I hope he's the replacement, gets those goals. He's a fantastic player. Of course, he's Portuguese. He's played in this division for Porto. He's moved to Udinese. He scored 18 goals last season. It's a good amount.
He's already got 6.
He's got 6 in 3 with 1 assist and a player of the match and an average rating of 9.1. Oh. Not bad. Stanisic is another player I brought in from Bayern Munich. He's good because he can play in so many different positions, and that's the reason why I like him. Again, he's quite young as well, only 23 years of age. That's a good signing in my books. Tactically, I've changed it. I've gone for this, and I want Otavio to play more of a central role. So I've only got 2 strikers now. I've brought in a volante and a halfback. We've got 2 inverted. Well, we've got 1 inverted winger and 1 defensive winger. And Otavio, I want to play every single game, because if I did quick pick our best 11, Octavio tends to move out to the right-hand side. I don't want him out there. This is where he's most dangerous. He is probably my most creative midfielder, not to mention his mentals and his physicals are absolutely phenomenal. So he is the guy I want attached to come through.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it looks like, but with maybe, you know, João Mario or Pepe on that right-hand side instead. That's what my team was going to look like going forward. Now, my schedule, let's take a look, because I haven't actually had to qualify through the Champions League, which I don't know whether that's the benefit of you winning Europa League, meant that I didn't have to play Champions League qualifiers. Probably. Maybe, I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
But I've only played the 3 games. We have 4-0 win against Braga, which is not bad considering they're probably the 4th best club.
Your signing got a hat-trick.
He got a hat-trick in that first game on his debut. And he scored 2 in like 8 minutes there. Not bad at all. In that hilarious stadium, of course, that we mentioned when we did the Braga rebuild, where there's only 2 stands and then a cliff edge. We got 4-1 against Santa Clara and a 6-1 there against Rio Ave. So I think you scored 16. I also scored 16 goals.
This is going to be close.
Yeah, but I also conceded 2. Jose Juan Macias actually got a hat-trick as well, so he started off quite well. Let's take a look at my Champions League group, though. You weakened next me by stealing their left back, so thank you very much for that. I also have AC Milan, who has seeded the 3rd best team in this, which I think is a little bit unfair, considering how many Champions Leagues they've won. And Celtic, who obviously always going to be a tricky game when you travel to Scotland, no matter who you are. But I'd like to think that we can possibly give either Ajax or AC Milan a run for their money for that 2nd position. I'd like to hope so.
Yeah,
okay.
I think you should.
Let's simulate this 2nd season and see if I make it 1-1 or whether Dad starts pulling away. Come on. 2nd season and Dad has won again.
Get in.
This is getting quite embarrassing.
My goal difference is better than yours as well this time.
I've played Football Manager for 20 plus years. You're playing it for about 2 weeks, and then you are beating me. So, 92 points you ended up on, Dad. You only lost 2 games. One of them was me again, 1-0. And
I'll take that. You didn't hammer me this time.
No, you also drew 2 games, one against Sporting, one against Rio Ave, but 2 away games. Your home was, like, I don't think you... Oh, you lost 1 home game.
Yeah.
So that was the only home game you dropped any points in the league, which is quite phenomenal, really. I lost only 2 games as well. One of them was against you. One of them was at home to Braga. But I drew 4 games. It was closer this time, just by 4 points instead of 5. All the games I drew were all 1-1. Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, it is annoying, yeah.
Gonzalo Ramos, Dad, got 38 league goals. Beto got 37. It's only a 34-game season, which is quite phenomenal. Beto had the highest average rate, and Octavio had 25 assists.
That's a good signing.
That's not a signing. He was already at the club.
Oh, was he?
Oh, yeah,
you moved him into that
position. I moved him into
that position, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
That was a good move on my behalf.
Yeah.
But you had the 2 secondary assisters there with 2 16s from Sheldrup and João Mario. Nice to see Sheldrup doing quite well there.
Yeah.
But we didn't even have the clean sheets. Like Galini for Sporting got the most clean sheets in the less games instead of Hedel. Beto got the most player of the matches. Now,
I'll take that with my keeper getting second, you know?
Yeah, well, it was second, but it's the same amount.
Yeah.
It's probably just less games that the other guys
I mean,
had
to be
less
honest,
minutes.
our goalkeepers should be there, shouldn't they, really?
Yeah.
We're going to be the top of the league.
Especially with
in
goal
top
differences
3,
like that compared to Sporting's only 28.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, a 60 more goal difference between us. So that's back-to-back league titles. We are on mine again. So let's take a look at how I've done in the competition, because I need something now, because I'm fearing for my job. So have I won anything? Oh my god, I have. Right, and I was also the runners-up, and that's also worrying, because it could be you that's won it. So, the Allianz Cup. I beat Guimarães in the final 5-1, so that's fantastic. Let's not look at who won it yet, and we'll wait until we pop up on yours, shall we? Now, the round of 16, I lost to Newcastle, but I think we just go straight over to Benfica and have a look after we see 55 goals.
55?
Beta with 15
49
assists.
49 games.
28 for Tony Martinez. And 19 there for
Where
Galeno.
did you dig him up from?
Wow. Even Macias got 12. That's not bad, is it? Not bad at all, my 2 strikers getting over 80 goals. I'll take that. Right. Over to Dad. How has Dad done? We know he's won 2 league titles. He's already got a treble, so that makes it 4 trophies. How have you done? Oh. Okay, you didn't win anything else.
Yeah, but the Super Cup, UEFA Super Cup.
Yeah, you already won that. We've seen that at the start of the season. Your memory is awful. You beat Barcelona.
Well, that's still a trophy, though, isn't it? I mean, to beat Barcelona, that's a big one.
It's a Super Cup. Right, Allianz Cup, you were eliminated in the semi-final against the club that I obviously beat in the final, and you were knocked out in the 6th round by Sporting, which means that they probably beat me in the final. No! Desportivo Chavez beat me in the final 4-3. Well, that is
embarrassing.
a pain. I can't believe that, because I could really have done with that. You were eliminated, Dad, in the Champions League, which put you in the knockout playoff against Real Sociedad, who beat you 6-4 on aggregate.
Disappointed with that.
That is disappointing.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I have a look then at my round of 16, I was eliminated by Newcastle 3-1 on aggregate, unfortunately. So not good showing for the Portuguese clubs in Europe this season after a very good season last year. We'll take a look, though, at Benfica's squad. Ramos got 48 and 48.
Brilliant.
It's still good. I mean, that's more impressive, because obviously he got, in only 33 games, he got 38 league goals.
That's why I can't afford to lose him, can I?
No, you definitely can't. Because he got 27 and 28 last year.
What was my next league and goal score? Was it 18, did I see?
He is wanted again by Atletico and Barcelona. So we're going to spend a full summer transfer window fighting to keep Gonçalo Ramos. And no doubt I'll be fighting to keep my other lone striker that I've got.
He's only 22 as well. That's the thing, isn't it? You know, I desperately need to keep him.
And really, it's like, that's not enough, is it?
No.
That's not enough for us, really, because to replace him, we need more than that. If I have a look at my strikers, Beto's already wanted by Barcelona as well. Like, I've only had him a season. He's even less value, and it's like... So, Tony Martinez, thankfully, is not wanted, but I value him quite high, to be fair. I won't want to sell him. So, transfer budgets. Please tell me I've got one this year. 23 million. Okay, I can deal with that.
That's the same as what I had.
That isn't because I've sold anybody without us knowing again, is it? No. Right, okay, that's fine. Dad, how much have you been given? 23.
Same.
So the same.
That puts it on even keel then, doesn't it,
Yeah,
really?
after me losing 2 seasons, it's probably not a good thing. Okay, season number 3. Who do we bring in? Right, starting with the champion, Dad, who's won 2 seasons so far. You didn't sell anybody, but... You've manoeuvred the wage budget, used a bit of installments, and he's managed to sign £46 million worth of players in just 2 players. Angelo from Santos. Your scouts have been doing some business, Dad, because they're finding some South American wonders. Very much realistic if you consider the Portuguese league. They tend to be the main league, I'd say, that bring over South American imports. We've seen so many quality South Americans come through the Portuguese leagues.
The way I looked at this one, he's another young lad, which I was really interested in. Good price, really.
Can't say that on the internet.
Yeah. The thing I was really it's another striker. I mean, if you looked at my strikers last season, I only had 1 main goal scorer and the other one was 18 behind him, so I had to get another striker in.
He's more of a right winger than a creative player. He can play up front, yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at, helping the striker and getting a few goals out of him, so that's what I was going for, really.
Yeah, very good pass of the ball, cracking at dribbling. He's only 19, got a good potential on the game, £23 million, got a goal already.
One already, so
he's had a good season last year as well, considering, after 18 games, 6 goals, 4 assists, 5 player matches in the Brazilian league for Santos is not bad at all.
No.
This other one, I can say I didn't even know who he was, to be fair. Dad's scouts found him. Ben Seguir, 19 years of age again, plays centre attacking midfield, plays
centre
everywhere,
attacking,
really.
never person I hope is going to score a couple of goals for me, but squad player.
Absolutely.
19?
Yeah.
The squad player like that already, with attitudes like that already? Oh, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, the scouts rated his potential very high as well. 23 years of age. You haven't played him yet, but he's going to be part of your plans by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
So those are the only 2 signings. We only sold out about 1.7, but there was a lot of loan deals that we can see here, and a few of them are for future transfers as well.
Yeah.
Just trying to get rid of the players that may be on the wage bill that we don't really want to use in the future. So tactically, Dad is set up like this. He now has a centre attacking midfield player. We've changed the formation despite winning the league 2 seasons in a row.
Well, I just felt I had to change it, and I've been looking at the way you was attacking. You've got more players up front. You're banging in a lot more goals and all that. So I thought, and I'd signed a couple of good strikers or attacking players, should I say? I'm going to go for it.
Going for it. All right.
I just feel that if I can win this one more season,
that's it. It's game over.
Yeah. So why not go for it?
Yeah, true. Angelo on the right, Sheldrup on the left, Weigl in the middle. If we did quick pick with best 11, a couple of them stay there, but, Sheldrup does, the rest of them don't. We've got Rafa in there, obviously we've got the youngster that we just signed, Ben Seguir, who can play there. David Nerez on the right, Jean Mario still around.
And Otamendi gone out to the right now.
At right back, that might be a weak link though, because of his pace, playing at full back. He's got the experience, but he's only got 7 pace acceleration.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I'd like to see him try and
chase
down a couple of my quick wingers.
The thing is with him, anything goes past him, you know that it's going to be chopped down.
Yeah. So that's your side for this lineup. You've got the schedule-wise. Let's see. Well, it's not been too good. In the Super Cup, you won 1-0, but then it was 2 draws, Dad, a 0-0 and a 1-1. And at this point, we were actually messing around. You went to a 4-4-2.
I did, yeah.
At one point.
Yeah.
It didn't pay off.
Nope.
We've gone to this 4-2-3-1. But then you played me. You beat me 3-2.
Get in.
So already you have you defeated me and gave me a loss.
Already strutting.
Now your Champions League fixtures, we'll take a look before we move on to how I've done in the summer. You've got some difficult games: Real Madrid, PSG, Inter Milan. But you've also got some very winnable ones too. I think you should easily go through there.
Disappointed if I don't go through.
Yeah, I've got a feeling you might even get into the top 8. So it only takes one of those to be won, and you'll probably get through the top 8. So over to Porto then. What have I been doing? Well, if we take a look, I haven't signed or sold anybody until it actually changed over. Didn't sell anybody either, but what I did do was a little bit of negotiating, and I managed to spend £31 million. I also brought in a free transfer, a very good one at that, in Dominguez. Fantastic in his prime as well, might I add. Centre midfielder. Great player, I think. The signing of the summer for me, I think, is my left back. I brought in Vasquez. Very good signing from Valencia.
That is a good
quality left back. Can play a little bit further up, should be
21 as well.
21, yeah.
He is a good player, though.
£13 million. Fantastic signing. I also brought in a right back because I'm changing formation. Remember, I wasn't using full-backs in my first year, so I have changed it. Van der Bremt has come in at right back. Again, a youngster, 22 years of age, from Belgium, £9.25 million. And I've also brought in a centre midfielder in Sivert Mansverk. He was at Juve and hasn't really done much. So £8 million for Sivert Mansverk.
Good squad player, though.
Yeah, I don't think it's my strongest window, mainly because obviously I signed like Beto, who was quality, but maybe this is just like the signings I need to complement my previous windows.
Yeah.
Tactic then, I've changed it. I've gone for a 4-2-2. Volante on attack there, and Dominguez, he's very good going forward, but also obviously he's quality in defence, so that tackling of 16, but he's got the stamina and the natural fitness to get back should we need him to. But we've got, if we go to pick without restriction, I was quite happy with the rest of the lineup. Tony Martinez and Beto up front. They've got a nice relationship now. Octavio moves to that left. Yes, he did amazing for me in that centre midfield role, or centre attacking midfield, but at the detriment of the whole squad.
Yeah.
I can't afford to do that.
No.
Jean Mario possibly at right back may be a bit more attacking, which is why I made him inverted, because he will bomb forward and be on the outside of Galeno, who's more of a winger, and I like to see, well, I liked what I saw during pre-season and throughout the summer until we face Benfica. But let's take a look at my schedule, how I've done so far. I had to play Champions League games, Dad. Yeah, so coefficient points wasn't as good. I beat Rosenborg 4-0, which meant I only had to lose to them 2-1 and still go through, but I'm playing a rotated side. Then I knocked out Celtic with a 5-2 first leg win and a 1-0 second leg win. But outside of that, a 2-0 Casapia win. Gil Vicente 2-1. Then was the loss against Benfica, but I had an extra game for some reason, which was a little bit unfair. But I played Maritimo and we beat them 4-0. So I actually am sat in second place. Portimonense is top. You're sat in 7th because obviously you had the 2 draws.
Yeah.
Even though I have a loss to you already this season. But you do have a game in hand, but that will only put you a point behind me.
Yeah.
So you might have beaten me at the start, but I still have the advantage.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that one plays out in the third season. Right after, we take a look at my fixtures in the Champions League. Rangers, Roma, Bayer Leverkusen. I'm also playing Inter Milan and Real Madrid too. So you're not the only one.
And Rangers.
Don't feel like you're being hard done by. I've also got them too. So yeah, that's going to be tricky for us to both go through.
Yeah.
Do you think both of us can go through to that?
No.
Here's the hoping. Right, third season. I need this one. I need to outdo you this season, or else it's pretty much game over, to be honest. So let's simulate it. Third season. Yes. Come on. Back in business, baby. Let's go. Good points tally as well. 93 points.
That's the biggest difference between the two teams as well, isn't it?
Yeah, 11 points difference.
I think mine's been 4 points each season.
We had I didn't even draw a game. 0 draws. Wow. I lost 3 games. We know about one of them already. For Malacao and Moriense was the other one. Probably butchered that name. I do apologise. Less goal difference than previously, but I've obviously not conceded as many.
Yeah.
Beto, 44 league goals. I mean, you had Gonzalo Ramos only on 24, but you also had Sheldrup up there as well. Beto had the highest average rating with 8.14. João Mario had 15 assists. I told you, he'd be bombing up and down. He'd probably play pivotal for that. You also had João Mario yourself. We both got João Mario in the lineup, which, believe me, has not been confusing at all. And Sheldrup also with 12 assists there. But my Diogo Costa, 21 clean sheets in 34 games.
He is a good keeper, though, isn't he?
That is the difference, I think. I've gone for more of an attacking formation, but I've got 2 centre defensive midfielders in front of a flat back 4. And it is paid off for me because, yeah, we might not have scored as many, but we've hardly conceded at all. Your keeper's not even there.
Could have done it in 3 straight games then.
So, it's back on. It is back on. We are currently on Porto again. So let's take a look at my competitions. I need a cup win, ideally, to kind of even it out somewhat. Because you've had, what? You've had 2 cup wins? Or is it a 1? You've had Europa League and a cup win.
Yeah, won the treble the first season.
Yeah, and I've just had a cup win.
Yeah.
And nothing. So you got 2 league titles, a Europa League and a cup win. I've just got a cup win. Now I've got a league title. Okay, Allianz Cup. I got to the semi-final of the Champions League. Wow.
That is good.
That is impressive.
Yeah,
I'm pleased with that. That almost makes the 4th round knockout from Benfica.
Oh, I didn't see that. Get in.
It doesn't. It doesn't help it at all.
I hope you didn't beat me in that final, though.
So, did I? Yes.
Oh, 1-0.
Yes. Oh, take it. We can't even see it, I don't think. No. Let's go. Well happy with that. Right. So,
I'm hoping
I have another cup. I have another league. I need you to not win anything. And then it's nearly, I mean, you've won a Europa League, so probably not. But we're almost on the same amount of trophies. You've just won more established ones. We know you finished in second place. How else have you done? Runner-up in the Allianz Cup.
No.
I know, drop the Champions League.
Oh, that's such a...
Come on!
It's the worst. I always say, don't it? It's worse losing to a team in your own country in the Champions League, isn't it? Oh, no.
That early as well. We both went through.
That's good, then.
Yeah, we did both go through. We'll take a look at that. Now, Allianz Cup. We know you obviously lost to me in the final 1-0. You got to the semi-final of the Taça de Portugal, which is the FA Cup version, knocked out by Sporting, who then had an easy game against Viseu in the final 1-2-0. They've done quite well in that competition, by the way. They've won 2 out of 3. Yeah. Neither of us have won that one yet.
No,
that's the Portuguese FA Cup. We're like kryptonite to us. But in the round of 16, I knocked you out 6-3. It looks like as well I went through automatically. You went through the playoffs. One of us would have had to have done to get to that point. So if we look at the league phase, you weren't quite close though. Only 2 points off.
Yeah.
So you lost 2 games. PSG and Real Madrid.
Oh, well.
Expected.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You drew against Villarreal at home. Ooh, that could have been the 2 points.
Yeah.
Because if you win that, you probably would have had a higher goal difference, which would have knocked Barcelona down.
Yeah.
So that probably was the only game for you there. That's cost you, to be honest. Away to Inter Milan, a draw is like, yeah, we'll take that. But
I mean, the worst thing out of that is, because of that, put me in the draw against you.
That's it. That's because
that was the worst thing about it, isn't it?
I won all 8.
Yeah, brilliant.
3 teams won all 8. Yeah.
Beat Real Madrid 3-0.
Beat them 3-0 at home. Inter Milan I won at home 3-0. Yeah, I had a great time in the Champions League this season. Very good.
That is good.
Very good indeed.
Very good.
But I got to the semi-final. So let's take a look after the round of 16. I got to the... Oh, let's see who you played in the knockout playoff round first. You knocked out Monaco in there 5-4. So that was a tricky one because you had to beat them 4-1 in the second leg. In the quarter-final, I knocked out PSG. Come on. And then the semi-final, I unfortunately lost 3-0 to Manchester City on aggregate. So 0-0 at one leg, 3-0 in the second leg there, unfortunately, who went on to face Real Madrid in the final and beat them as well in Munich. So not bad. Who has been winning the Champions League recently? It's Barcelona, won it back-to-back.
Yeah.
So I'm buzzing with that. Like, Beto had the top scorer of the Champions League with 18. He's done exceptionally well. Yeah, that's a good season for me. I still think you're ahead because obviously you got that Europa League win. Now, 39 goals from Gonzalo Ramos is not as much as what it was last season, but he is wanted by a lot of clubs.
No, please.
A lot of clubs. 24 goals and 23 assists from Sheldrup.
I'm pleased to see that.
Really good. He's developed quite well for you, Dan, as well. Looking very good. Angelo, that's not a bad first season for a 20-year-old. You know, 12 goals, 14 assists. Great average rating. Assist-wise as well, you've got Jean Mario up there with 22. Your transfer budget for next year is 18 million. It's not good when it goes down, is it?
No.
Yeah. Probably, you know, that's
There's a bit of wheeling dealing going on for that one, I think.
Yeah. So let's take a look then at my squad. We have 69 goals, which is a naughty number, but also an insane amount for only 54 games. 69 goals.
That signing alone could be the difference of this challenge, really.
Yeah, I agree. It could well be. Could be the turning point for me. Tony Martinez got 31 as well. Is he unhappy? He wants a new contract. Okay, I'm happy to give you that, my friend. We've also got my Jean Mario with 28 assists. Octavio only got 13. He had an off season this year, Octavio, compared to what he was doing last season. Oh, that's why. He damaged his cruciate ligaments and was out since February.
Yeah.
So hopefully he recovers well because he's quite crucial to me. Now he's age 30 as well. Okay, my transfer budget though, 15 million. Right.
Still roughly the same then, isn't it?
Yeah. We're both losing players that we don't necessarily want to keep. It's on to season number 4. Okay, as the champion of last season, I'll go first this time round. And I sold £61 million worth. Yep, and I also got 15 million pound at the end of the season. Actually, I got a little bit more because there was 8.25 million pound there as well. So I sold quite a lot, to be fair. And I have spent 85 million pound. Yeah, this was a big summer for me, even though obviously we were top. I sold Jean Mario so we can no longer get confused who Jean Mario is doing what. My Jean Mario has gone to Barcelona. I sold him for around about 30 million pound, going up to 42. Diakabe, I sold him for 20 million pounds, so a bit of double the price of what I bought him for.
Yeah.
That amounted to quite a lot of money. Now, I think I spent that incredibly well. I needed a good centre-back. I signed Nagalo from PSG, who was not being used, who I actually think is probably better than Diakabe. Brought him in. He's got an assist already. I'm happy with that signing. Very good. I also brought in another fullback for the sake of having a little bit of more of a squad, and obviously I lost Jean Mario, so I brought in Amar Dedic, who can play right back and left back quite well. I believe I've also promoted a right back from my youth side. If I remember, I'll show you that as well. But going forward, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. I had a lot of money to bring in another striker. The reason for it, if I go to my side here, I've had some bad injuries, and Macias is out for 3 to 6 months with damaged cruciate ligaments. Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Which meant that I had to spend £30 million on bringing back Fabio Silva.
Yeah,
from,
good signing.
Yeah, I mean, he's played for both Benfica and Porto. Then he went to Wolves, not really done anything, and I spent £30 million to bring him home. He's a good player, to be fair. I quite like him. I think Wolves fans know he's got good work rate. He just doesn't score as many goals as probably they hope. But there we go.
Premier League's a different league, isn't it? It's a lot harder.
It's tricky. Rooney Baji, though, is probably my signing of the summer because it is a really cheap bid to bring him in. Now he's just got to his good stage, and he's 4-star current ability in my lineup. £5.5 million is not bad at all. Yeah,
2 goals in 4 games.
2
well
goals already for me. Very happy with that. Playing on that right hand side. I've also got
you needed another goal scorer.
Wow. Ravella, I brought in Ravella, £11 million as another centre midfield. I cannot improve my centre midfields, and every single season I just keep signing another one. And then I'm just like, I just cannot get a good centre mid. You just see how many I've got. It's unbelievable. But Arda Güler, obviously just signed for Real Madrid in real life. Brought him in, the Turkish wonder kid, 20 years of age now. He's very good technically, and he's got some good mental attributes. It's just going forward, it's just like the physical side of it worries me a little bit. He might be more of a rotational option, but for £11 million, he's come off the bench 3 times so far. So we can't really judge him yet. He doesn't even have an average rating in those 3 games. So, hopefully he keeps progressing. Maybe he finds a place in the lineup later on down the line, but for now I think he's a good squad player for me. Tactically, we're looking like this. Rooney Baji, I'm keeping the same formation, of course. Rooney Baji on the right hand side. I want Nagalo playing in that left centre back role as much as possible, and I want Dominguez as the half back. Yeah, I think this is what I'm going to stick with this season. It was very good for me last season, of course. Did very well. Didn't even draw a game, of course, but if I did quick pick, it puts it like this. I kind of wish Beta was on the right, but I don't want to secure him in that role because you know, it knackers them out too much. I only want that if like the player is not actually playing at all.
Yeah.
So hopefully they come to their senses and put Beto on the right hand side there. But there we go. I still think he'll score quite a lot of goals for me, even if he did play the centre forward role. But that's it. If we take a look at my schedule, then it's been very good. Although I did lose the Super Cup to Sporting, which was a little bit disappointing, but it is only the Super Cup.
Mate, look at your games after that. You haven't conceded a goal.
No, I haven't. You're right. 14 goals in 4 games without conceding the goal. It's been very good for me. Beto's got a couple of goals.
Him in again as well.
Yeah, he's got 5 goals. No, he's got 7 goals already in 4 games. Yeah, we are happy days here at Porto. In the Champions League, I have Dinamo Zagreb. I've got Chelsea, Inter Milan again, Juve, Liverpool. I'd quite like to give Liverpool a tonkin at home. Yeah, that'd be quite nice. Feyenoord and Copenhagen to finish it out. I still have a little bit of transfer budget left, but there was nobody really to sign.
Going to qualify for that, you reckon?
I don't know. I have been batting off people from the likes of Beto all summer. They've been coming in with very weak bids, as we can see a deadline day one here for £48 million. But me and Dad were constantly, weren't we? Yeah. All summer. No, we can't afford to let him go. No. But what has Dad done? Let's take a look. It's been a busy one for you too, Dad, because as much as you tried, you could not stop Angelo from going.
No, I desperately wanted to keep him, but...
Yeah. He come in, disrupted him, and then you had the conversation and agreed with a transfer of £47 million, you'd accept it.
Yeah.
Because it was obviously nearly double the amount, or over double the amount of what you paid for him just a season ago.
And he wanted to go, didn't he? He kept on saying, I'll be disappointed, why don't you let me go?
Yeah. So
I thought, well, all right.
He's gone.
He's gone, yeah.
He's gone. You also got rid of a couple of squad players as well for a little bit of money to free up the wages, etc., allowing you to spend £75 million. Quite a lot of money. Now, your out-and-out replacement for Angelo was this guy here, Keane Lewis Potter. I must say, I've never seen anybody spend £42 million on King Lewis Potter. You did.
Well, it was one of those things. I just when he came up, I was looking at all the other players, and they just didn't seem to be as good as a squad player that I really wanted.
Yeah.
But if I remember rightly, his crossing was good and his dribbling was good, and I thought, I've got to get the balls in there, and he's good on either side, so I thought, well, I'm going to go for it. So, yeah, it was a lot, but I think it's going to be worth it.
All right, okay. Well, he's got you a goal and 2 assists already, so he has already proven me wrong. Yeah.
And an average rate of nearly 8, so I'll take that.
Not bad at all. Yeah. Good start. Now, we're going to leave one player to the end because I'm very annoyed by it. But before we do that, you bought a centre midfielder. Your goal in this pre-season was, Luke, I need to find a better centre midfielder.
Yeah.
You bought in Uros Racic.
Yeah, I was pleased with this signing. I must admit, he looks good at nearly everything, really. So
he reminds me of the Serbian Tomas Suchek.
Yeah,
going forward, looks
good
like
age
that.
as well. I think for a centre midfield player.
Yep, absolutely. 6'4". You only spent £23 million.
And he's a big boy in it, 6'4" for a centre midfielder. You know.
Yeah, he scored a few goals last year, got a few assists. That was your centre midfielder. You wanted to improve your goalkeeper a little bit more. You actually were looking for a backup, and in the end, you found on deadline day a number 1.
Yeah,
in Grabara.
I couldn't believe this when I seen this one pop up. I thought, I'm having this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks good, doesn't he?
Scouts.
And for a young keeper as well.
He's definitely great. If anybody ever says like, look, cheap goalkeepers, who do you suggest? It's always Camille Grabara. Because I don't help Dad with like player suggestions on this. I did with like the Tottenham one, but when we've been versus, I keep my mouth shut. But I mean, Dad's scouts are overpowered. Why do you say that, Luke? Because he found this guy for £5 million up to 7. You're thinking, never heard of him. That's because he's a new gen. How good is that? 20 years of age.
Look at the greens on that one. Look.
Now, the story, Dad, was quite hilarious, wasn't it? Because
it was brilliant.
We've been playing this where I've been showing Dad on Discord, so he's been having it on his iPad at his house so we can play it during the week, so Dad doesn't have to keep coming down. It's allowed us to get this out even quicker than what we hoped. And I clicked on him thinking, wow, he is amazing. I have to sign him. Clicked off and realised I was on Benfica, which meant it was Dad's scouts who found him. And Dad went, who's that? Yes, your scouts found him. And he went, I'll have him then.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, fair enough. So I wasn't prepared to steal
that price as well.
Yeah, 20 years of age. He is incredible. Now, he does have some weaknesses. There isn't many at 20, and you'd like to think that he probably managed to get even better than that. He's already got 6 goals from Lanús in the last 2 seasons. He's got 1 and 1 for you already. Octavio Murray, we'll call him Octavio. He looks insane.
Yeah.
Tactically, though, you're not giving him any room to go alongside Gonzalo Ramos.
No, I didn't, because the tactic didn't work last season, did it?
No.
I lost the league, so I've gone back.
Yeah, you've gone to. I mean, you had previously your first season. Obviously, this is an evolution of your first season, but of course, you had it like here, didn't you? You had basically a 4-3-3. So you've gone to a 4-3-3, but without the DM this time round, and gone more of like 3 in the midfield who are kind of on the same level. With Ratchet as that more advanced player.
I tried to sort of like bottle it up a little bit, but still be attacking side still.
Yeah, absolutely. And your schedule then? We go to quick pick. The reason why we got Ratchet there is because it changes. But he's not even in the side. So you can see Lewis Potter goes on the right, Sheldrick goes on the left, Ramos up front. So you're not banging in the Octavio just yet.
Lewis Potter was a good signing, don't you?
Or it's like, that's all we got, lads. So that's it. So, right, your schedule then. You've had to play some Champions League games. You've got through, I'll give you that. 7-0 against Besiktas, where Gonzalo Ramos got 4. Then you drew 2-2 against them. And then, for some reason, we keep coming up against Celtic and knocking them out of the competition. We do apologise, Celtic fans. 4-1 there and a 1-0 when you played them at home. But your league form, also good. 1-0 against Braga, a little bit ropey there. And then you stuff somebody 9-0.
Get in.
Yeah. Shatalo got 3. Gonzalo Ramos got 3. Octavio got 1 as well.
I guess 1. All right.
Yeah, Gonzalo Ramos and King Lewis Potter got 1 against Portimonense.
See, the signings are looking good already, aren't they?
No, I had it to you. It was a good one. Just so jealous that your scouts found that new gen. I was gutted. Your Champions League fixtures, though, look like this. You got Milan and Real Madrid, Ajax and Chelsea, and Borussia Dortmund and Atalanta. You've got the bad end of the stick there. You drew the short straw. Yeah. I've definitely got easier fixtures in the Champions League.
I think I'll struggle there. But then I'm all out for the league. If I win the league, I win the challenge, so...
Yeah. I mean, your scouts...
if I get knocked out of this early, that helps me.
Yeah.
Big stall.
Yeah, definitely. No, because you don't go into Europa League anymore.
No, I'm not worried about the Europa League.
Oh, you want the league again?
If I get knocked out of this early, I can concentrate on the league places then, can I?
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll be still playing in the Champions League.
Possibly. But yeah, your scouts found you the best new gen in the game, by the looks of it. I need some of that luck, please. So, let's simulate this 4th season. Okay, 4th season. The gap is even bigger. 19 points. 19 points.
The worrying thing is the goal difference as well. That is absolutely massive.
104. I only lost in 1 game and I drew another. Oh, you beat me. You cost me an unbeatable season.
Who drew against you? Get in. You didn't beat me.
The only team I did not win against was Benfica, but I still won the league.
Yeah.
Still won the league.
I'd rather have won the league and lost to you.
So, league form-wise, it's 2 for 2. It's 2 for 2.
Oh, no.
I've won a cup. You've won a cup. You've also won a Europa League. Okay, we are on Porto. We're on me again. Competitions. I've won the Allianz Cup.
Ooh.
You've knocked me out the semi-final, though. Ooh. And I'm only in the round of 16 of the Champions League. So, the Allianz Cup, I beat... That's 2 finals I've knocked you out of.
Yeah.
Well, I've beat you in. So that's another competition to put to my name. That's 3 years in a row that I've won that. That's not bad. But you got to the final of the Taça de Portugal. So let's find out how you did. We go on your competitions.
Oh, no.
Yes. Now, I still think you are slightly ahead. Because that Europa League is more important than the Allianz Cup. More established trophy.
Yeah.
I still think you're ahead. That would have definitely put you ahead, though. But you lost to Portimonense. That's not good at all. They finished 11th in the league. And you could not beat them in the final after knocking me out.
I got to the last 16.
You got to the round of 16. We both got to the round of 16.
In the first Champions League?
Yeah, I think they did, right? Yeah. Okay, so you lost 3-1 on aggregate. I lost 6-4. That's that second leg, like 5-1 against them. I qualified through again. And you got to you went through the playoffs. So the league phase then. Bloody hell. Ooh. I only lost to Chelsea and I drew to Inter Milan and I won 6. I beat Liverpool at home 3-1. I beat Juve 5-1. You dad are down here, so you won 4 games there. Ajax, Copenhagen.
I beat Real Madrid.
You beat Real Madrid away in the Bernabeu. Nice. Santiago Bernabeu. You drew 3 games. That's what's cost you there. You drew against Atalanta and Borussia Dortmund, but you also drew at home to Inter Milan. Again, we did say you did well to qualify because you had a harder league phase than what I did, definitely. But you only lost 1 game against Chelsea at home.
I'm happy with that qualification. It's
Yeah,
just
definitely.
losing in that final. I needed that.
You knocked out AC Milan in the playoff, the knockout playoff, and then of course the round of 16 was where you came to an end. The final was won by Chelsea, who beat Bayern Munich 4-0, and easily the most tonking final that we're probably going to see. Okay, we're on Benfica. Let's take a look at your goals. 55 for Gonçalo Ramos this year. Definitely, he's put it in this season.
Oh no!
But
is
Antonio Silva and Chatalo.
Is he wanted? He's bound to be wanted.
He is wanted. Yeah.
Look at the teams lining up to try and buy him. Look.
Every season we are batting them away. Your new guy, only 9 starts and 11 goals.
I'll take that.
Has he got better? He's not even been playing. He's got better.
What's he? He's been training with them, being best squad in the country.
Oh yeah, you haven't won the league for 2 years. Gian Mario looks like he's got the most assists for you again. Okay, on my side of things, who by the way got the top score of the league? 46.
This could definitely be the difference between you winning the challenge and me losing the challenge, really, isn't it? Just by him scoring the goals. I mean, Ramos is there, but it's twice as many, 3 times as many, nearly, isn't it?
That signing alone could be the reason why I win. That signing alone. Beta.
Oh, well, since you've bought him,
yeah,
you've won the league twice.
Yeah, he scored 44 and 46 goals. He's got better each year, more goals per game. And he's still getting assists. He's got 17 player of the matches there. That's absolutely outstanding. Okay, not bad at all. So the rest of my squad, I mean, across... He got 70! He got 70 goals! 70 goals in 48 games.
His name's going in my head now. Yeah. And every team I saw, I'm going to sign him first.
The next one you just see, first season, I'll sign Beto. I heard he's quite good. He's also won it by PSG. There's no shock there. Tony Martinet's got 33. That's still good, isn't it?
Yeah.
But less than half of what Beto's got. 22 assists from Rooney Bargi. Great season for him. Octavio still got 22 assists. That's very good. So my transfer budget's 21 million. It's not too much.
But that is the average of what we're...
Yeah, that's what we're getting. Yeah. You get 56. That is the average. Yeah, you get 56. Did you lose a player while we were gone or something like that? Oh, you did. You lost Sheldrup. £44 million. You lost Sheldrup.
No.
That's why yours is a little bit more. He went for 44 million in January. After getting 15 assists in the league alone. Could have been the difference.
Well, definitely for that season.
Yeah, could have been the difference.
No, I am struggling now.
Yeah, okay. Into season number 5. And going into season number 5, we're basically neck and neck.
Yeah.
This is the decider now. Didn't think it could be like this. But it's down to the final season. Now you might remember we are taking part in a charity match as well, July 29th. So when this video comes out, we've only got a little bit left before it happens for Y Callum's charity match against the rest of the football community. Fortunately, Dad, who has just been announced, by the way, as Ali, who is his manager, the assistant manager is Dad. Dad is in the dugout, and I got drafted on the same team.
Yes.
Which was obviously going to be 50-50. We thought, like, you know, it could be weird.
It was going to be embarrassing trying to get players to crap you down, wasn't it?
Yeah. So if you can be part of the event by coming along and saying hello, it's being played at Slough Town Stadium on July 29th, 11 a.m. kickoff. Doors will be open a little bit earlier, of course. And of course, stay behind after. We'll come over and say hello if you are in the crowd. It's £10 entry, but of course, it's for a great cause, for Mind Charity. We are absolutely buzzing to be part of it, aren't we? We cannot wait.
We can't wait, can we? Yeah. And it's going to be nice to meet some of you guys as well. Hopefully, there's going to be quite a few there, but... Oh, I just can't wait for the match.
Yeah, absolutely. It will also be streamed, so if you cannot make the game, it's going to be streamed on Y Callum's Twitch channel. So go check it out live if you want to see me play, but also Dad give me some instructions. We speak about it often, how you sometimes give me stick and shout stuff from the sidelines as I was growing up. Now you can watch it for real life happen. Yeah. So yeah, you can do
me
that.
Me and Ali have been
texting
channel. Each other, bringing constantly the last few evenings about tactics and who to play where and all things like that. So yeah, me and him can't wait to get together and all that.
Yeah, and the other team is being managed by none other than Kev Lelujo. Yeah. So yeah, very interesting. Teams have been drawn. I've got Clates in my team, but on the other side you've got the likes of Tom FM and Hood Gaming as well. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. Yeah, see you there if you can make it. Right, now, my final summer. I have not done that much, Dad, if I'm honest. I didn't sell anybody. I managed to keep hold of Beto, incredibly. Don't know how I managed to do that. But
that could be the difference.
yeah, I signed one player, Even Martin, centre midfielder. Again, I sign a centre midfielder every single summer, it seems, and none of them really seem to improve the side as much.
Good, though, doesn't he?
He does look good. £22 million from Girona, but I also signed on loan Matisse Tell. Good signing. We had another injury, so I had to bring somebody in, but he got himself injured straight away and is out for 4 weeks. However, we'll have to just live by that. He hasn't even played a game for yet, and he got injured for 4 weeks, but there we go. Now, tactically, I'm going with exactly the same lineup, but this time I want Beto playing on that right-hand side. He needs to be playing on that right, because every time I quick pick it, they stick him out on the left, and I'm not sure why that keeps happening. I need him playing there. Other than that, I'm happy with the side to be as fluid as possible. We've managed to keep hold of our best players throughout these, and in the amount of times we've had to reject bids for Diogo Costa every single summer, and he's not once wanted to leave. I'm very impressed with that.
He's very loyal, though. He is in real life as well, though.
Yeah, Beto, I've managed to keep hold of despite the interest coming in.
I was really hoping someone was going to come in with a silly price for him, and you were going to take it.
He's got 4 goals in 2 games already. He's firing all cylinders.
You see what his average rating was?
Oh, come on. 9.15. Let's go. In the 2 games so far. Lovely stuff. Great to see. So that's what we're looking like tactically. On the schedule, though, we've lost a game. We've lost a game. We won the Super Cup. Dad only counts the Super Cups if he wins them. When I was winning them, he was telling me they don't count. Porto, we also beat them in the league right after, 2-1, with Beto and Macias getting the goals. 4-0 against Penafiel. Beto getting himself a hat-trick. Then we lost to Famalicão, which is not good. The reason for it, Beto wasn't playing.
Wasn't he?
Beto was injured against Famalicão. He was injured against Boavista. The next game's against Benfica, and he's returned.
Oh, you're joking.
No, I'm not even joking either. He's back within 1 to 3 days. We play you in about 13 days. He's missed the last couple of weeks. He was injured on the 16th in the Penafiel game, and as you can see, then it started to go downhill. But we beat Boavista at least. Tony Martinez and Fabio Silva both got on the score sheet.
Well, you've slipped up once.
Already.
Is that going to be enough for me?
But Beto's back. Yeah. Beto is back.
I mean, if you beat me, that takes that game you lost right out of it, doesn't it? So
right, my Champions League fixtures. Liverpool at Anfield. Happy to give them a Tonkin. Tottenham, first time they're popping up there. We'll give them a Tonkin as well. I'm happy to do that. Man City as well.
I'll be checking that result later on.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I've got a very Premier League heavy one here.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. I mean, Newcastle, that's not going to be an easy game neither, is it?
No, I've only got 2 easy games, I'd say. Slavia Prague and Shakhtar, which is still obviously sometimes quite hard, especially going to Ukraine. Yeah. I think I've got a really difficult league.
They knocked you out of the last 16 in the first league, I think.
Yeah. And Leipzig, of course, knocked me out last year in the round of 16. Over to you, though. What have you been doing? Well, Dad, have you still got Ramos? No, he hasn't. He's gone to Liverpool, which means I've got to face him now in the Champions League. He's planned it all along. He finally sold Gonzalo Ramos for 89 million. 89 million.
It kept on coming up there, just popping up. It was 64, 74,
going up,
and it was going up and up 82, and he kept on saying, "Why can't I go? Why can't I go?" So I put a silly price in for him, and they matched it.
Yeah, I mean, potential up to 94 as well.
I think I've done 92, didn't I? Is the figure? Yeah. So
you sold over 188 million.
It could be a big.
In that kind of year that they class as that season, because it was right at the end, the end of June, just before the cut-off, which I think is like the 18th or something. But what a few signings you've had, by the way, and then one really bizarre one. But we'll look at that in a sec.
I know.
On a free transfer.
Even my wife couldn't believe when I saw that bizarre one.
Romelu
right,
Lukaku.
Yeah, let's count it. Right, I know he's 33. I know he's had problems in the Premier League, but he's still a good striker. Yeah. I don't care what you say. He's not Belgium's leading goal scorer for nothing. No. This guy can score goals, and at that price, for nothing.
Yeah, not too high of a wage either.
No, that's what I can
really.
Believe. So I just thought, right, it's worth taking a chance. Seeing he was nothing. Mm-hmm. So it still gave me one good striker in, but I still needed to sign another one.
Yeah, because he was your first signing that you got guaranteed. Yeah. So although it says the same day, this was the first one that was confirmed, and then obviously they arrive on the same day when the transfer window opens. He's played 4 appearances off the bench and hasn't scored or got an assist yet, but it's off the bench. We need to remember that. We need to give him his due there, because the main signing for the striker role was Mateus Cunha.
Yeah.
From Wolves, of course, who do steal quite a lot of Portuguese players. Yeah. We've got a Brazilian here. Speaks Portuguese.
Yeah.
Now, He looks incredible.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very good indeed.
He's in his prime.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that dribbling, finishing,
plays in
first
a lot
touch,
of different positions.
aggression, anticipation. It's all there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Acceleration 16.
Great composure.
It's all there. Pace 16. And
£16 million. He's got 5 goals in 4 games for you so far. Good average rating.
And his average rating's up there near your boy, isn't it? So
last season he played in the Championship.
Yeah.
Would you believe it? Got 23 goals there, which is a difficult league to get a lot of goals in. But there we go.
I know it. It's 16 million, but it's a gamble. He might not be as good as Ramos, but he's got to be close.
Frimpong at right back, that's another good signing for you, I think. One of the best right backs, I think, young right backs on the game. He's only 25. You spent 52 million.
I think if I remember rightly, I had an idea with something else that I was going to change, which we'll come into in a minute, so I was strengthening other positions.
Yeah, I agree. You got 3 assists out of him already in 4 games for a right back. That's phenomenal stuff. He can also play right midfield should you need him to. And then for some reason, you bought Eric Dyer.
It was quite funny because we were going through the players there, and all of a sudden his name just come up, and I went, "Look, go back onto Eric Dyer," and he went,
I thought he was joking.
"You're having a laugh, Dad, aren't you?" And my wife's in the front room, and she's going, "You're not buying Eric Dyer," and I'm looking at her, I'm thinking, strength as a team, as a squad. Yeah, I'm going to buy him. And my wife's going, I don't believe everything you've been said about Eric Dyer, and you're going to buy him.
So, obviously, played in Portugal with Sporting.
But this is what I had in my mind. That it was the formation I was going to change to.
Yeah. So speaking of which, 3 at the back.
Yes.
3 across midfield. 2 strikers.
That's what I went for.
Yeah.
My thinking behind this was I wanted to get 2 up front.
Yeah.
But I couldn't afford by doing that to lose it elsewhere. I needed to be just tightening everything up.
Yeah.
I didn't need to concede so many goals.
No.
I thought if I concede less goals and pick the odd goal here and there, I'm in with a chance of winning.
Yeah. You lost Otamendi either this season or season before due to retirement.
Yeah. I never had no choice for that. So
no, you needed a good right back. You got in a good right back who plays very good. You haven't secured any players, and that's because you were quite happy when we picked the best 11.
When you look at it, like definitely, I mean, you can see Eric Dyer's not there, but he's a squad player. I just needed a good, experienced one coming in.
Absolutely. You've got Silva, Shatalo, Morato, 3 very good centre-backs. They work well together. They've been playing well together as well. Eric Dyer as a backup. We've got Thomas Araujo as a backup too. And João Victor can also play there.
I mean, if you look at that team now, the majority of that team is players I've bought in.
Yeah.
So I'm really pleased with
Your
that team.
starting striker up front, Octavio. It's time to step up, kid.
He's got to do it.
It's time to step up.
I'm
so far,
solely relying on him.
7 goals in 4 games. Beto and Octavio is the race for the golden boot. I can feel it. It's the final season. Not only is it deadlock between us, but I think that's going to be a race I'm interested to see who wins as well. Because if he's got 7, how many did Beto get? 4 or 5 in 2, whatever it was, before he got injured. Whoa, this is going to be...
I am so nervous.
I
think that changing that formation for me was, and losing my best player.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous.
Right, so your schedule so far, you've dropped points as well.
Oh no.
2 against Sporting. Octavio did get 2 there though. You got a 6-0 win to kick things off, a 3-0 after, and a 4-2. Obviously, we play each other next, which is very important.
Oh, it's so important now, isn't it?
Let's take a look at your Champions League fixtures, which is almost like a secondary thought at this point. You've got Milan, Chelsea, Feyenoord, Lyon, Monaco, Bayern. I've got the hard year. You've got the easier year this time round. You've only got 2 or 3, maybe, if you class Monaco.
I'd be disappointed if I don't go for it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, let's see then. Let's simulate this final season. Who wins it?
Come on.
Final season.
Get in!
Benfica are champions by 5 points. 5 points. And I think I've just seen something I'm not going to like either. Past positions. Oh, give it away. I was top for 2/3 of the season. 2/3 of the season, and I threw it away. That is hard to take. So
who did we lose against then?
Oh,
the games you lost 2 games at the end of the season.
Rio Ave and Maritimo. Oh, that's awful.
So that's 6 points, and I won the league by 5 points.
Yeah, I gave it away the last couple of games. What was it? I only lost 3 games. I ononly lost 3 games all season.
Me, mate.
I did not lose against you. I beat you both. I was the only team to beat you. And I still didn't win the league.
0-1 3-1. Who did I draw against then?
By the way, clean sheet wise, I only conceded 19. You only conceded 20.
What a change of tactic.
Unbelievable. 106 goals, only conceded 19, and I didn't win the league. That's mental. I drew way too many games, look. Drew way too many. I cannot afford to draw that many. That might have cost me.
Who did I draw against then?
That might have cost me. You drew twice against Sporting. You could not beat either Porto or Sporting.
No.
That's crazy, isn't it?
But I still won the league.
But you still won the league. Golden boot race. I did not look at it.
Nor did I.
Yes! Beto! 40. Tony Martinez beat him as well. Octavio, 26. Beto, 8.12. Okay, yeah, you have one more clean sheet than me. Grabara had 19 clean sheets. Diogo Costa had 18. All right, we are on Porto. Competitions. I need this badly. Oh, I thought I did it all then. I won the Portuguese FA Cup. The only one of us to do that. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm buzzing with that.
I think you won it twice, didn't you?
I beat you on penalties.
Oh, no. No, I can't believe
Beat
that.
you on penalties. Who missed your penalty? Mateus Cunha and Ben Seguir. I missed a penalty in the game.
Yeah.
15th minute, I missed a penalty in the game. Beat you 4-2 on penalties. Well, that's some saving grace. But I did not win the Champions League. Allianz Cup, I was the runner-up. Oh, get out.
5-0. Get in.
I wish I wasn't so bragging about it now.
Get in.
I wish I wasn't so...
5-0.
Yeah, well, I look like an idiot. You beat me 5-0 in the Allianz Cup. Competition I've won the last 3 years, by the way. Now, the knockout playoff round, I lost to Chelsea. You weren't in it, which means I don't think, unless you qualified, you did. You did.
Well, we did say I had the easier round in me.
All right, so you didn't even lose. So 5 fixtures you won. You beat Bayern at home 3-0. You beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge 2-1, and you only drew 3 games. Celtic, Monaco, and AC Milan. I finished here, so I lost 3 games. I lost to Slavia Prague. At home. That's cost me, though.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Atletico away and Man City at home. I drew to Liverpool 3-3. That's not bad. I'll take that. And I won 4. Beat Tottenham. At Tottenham. 1-0. Beat Shakhtar. I said Shakhtar would be a difficult game. Beat them 4-0. And Newcastle 3-0. Leipzig, I got my revenge on there. But where did you finish? We know that you won the cup competition. Semi-final
Against Real Madrid.
Semi-final. So that's as far as both of us have got. You got to the semi-final. You only lost to him 4-3. Wow. Okay. In the final, Real Madrid beat PSG after extra time. So you lost to the champions of Europe, but you got so close. So the round of 16, you knocked out AC Milan.
Ooh, get in.
Quarter-final, you knocked out Liverpool.
Get in.
5-3
aggregate.
Wow. Fair enough. Now, I'll take a look at my player statistics first. Beto got 62 goals, which is actually not as good as what his previous seasons are. I'm quite disappointed, actually. Yeah. He is wanted, of course. He's 29 now, so anybody taking over the Patreon, might be time to sell him and cash in, to be fair. 33 goals for Tony Martinez. You have, Patreon members, 30 million. Over to Dad's side, he has 39 goals from Octavio. Nowhere near as good.
No.
But 35 from Cunha, 35 from Romelu Lukaku. Octavio only started 24 games. That's the reason why.
35 from Lukaku, though.
Yeah.
What a signing that was for a freebie.
I mean, the Cunha one was better. Yeah. 24 assists. Unbelievable amount of goals.
Over 100 goals and 3 strikers.
Yeah. So, absolutely insane amount. You had some really good assist-wise as well. Ben Seguir got 17 assists. He's come in leaps and bounds. Look, he's classed as one of your best players now. Yeah. So, he's progressed really well. But Octavio, yeah. I mean, you sold your best player and you came out better off. Mental. Okay, so you've won this one, Dad. I think that's easy to say. You got £55 million for the Patreon members. Congratulations. You've won this one. I'll have to try and beat you in the next one now, because yeah, that's embarrassing, isn't it? Next one then. We thought about it.
Yeah.
We've come to the decision, because we haven't even mentioned it in this video.
I would say we thought of it, but a lot of people have been saying it as well.
Yeah.
But we just thought it's probably our best one to go for.
Yeah.
Because of what it is.
Frankfurt versus Dortmund. That's right.
Yes.
My favourite German team versus Dad's favourite German team. We never mention it. You might not have known that that was my favourite German team, but it is. And that is going to be the next versus video. Hopefully it won't be too long. Give us 3 or 4 weeks and we should have that out for you. Next week is going to be Coventry because they missed out on the playoffs. They've also just sold their best player to Sporting, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an
got
interesting
a good young
one.
signing from Everton, though, so
they have indeed
him already.
So that's going to be the next rebuild coming up following Monday. But thank you very much for all your support on these, especially the versus ones. We love how much you love them because we love doing them.
Quick message to the patrons.
Yes.
Don't let me down.
Yeah, let us know how you get on, whether you just want to have a look at it or anything like that and see what
have a
the
go,
ins
see
and
what you
outs.
can do.
Or
win the Champions League for me.
Yeah, that's it. If you can win the Champions League with one of these teams.
Yeah.
What can you do with them? But there we go. Patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming, the 5 pound tier. I'll put the save game file up so you can have a gander, or you can use the tactics, do whatever you want to do with them. Yeah, but let us know. Check out sangallo.co. It's at the top of the description. Use my tracking link and get yourself a brand new shirt. They've linked up with so many different clubs. It's fantastic to see all of these random clubs from around the globe popping up on Sangallo. And of course, if we do see you at the July 29th charity show, it'd be great to come over, say hello, make yourself known, have pictures with us, chat to us about your favorite videos, etc. We'd love to see you and chat to you and meet you all. So thank you very much. All the details of that will be in the description. We'll see you next week for commentary. But if you haven't checked this one out, this is a compilation of all the rebuilds that Dad has done before this one. Go watch that one right now.